The Snowflake and the Fire, a story of transformation. Once upon a time, there was a wise and thoughtful monk who lived high in the mountains in a remote hut. One winter day, while he was warming himself by his fire, a single snowflake fell through the open window and landed right in the middle of the fire. Instead of melting immediately, the snowflake took on a shape that resembled the flame itself. The monk watched the spectacle in amazement. He saw the snowflake begin to melt, but instead of simply disappearing, it began to evaporate and rise as steam. The monk watched as the snowflake lost its solid form and transformed into something completely different. It was now part of the warm and living flame. "Wow, how remarkable," murmured the monk. "The snowflake has completely transformed. It is no longer what it once was, but it still exists, only in a different form." The monk sat pensively for a while and looked at the fire. Finally, he smiled and spoke softly to himself. "We too are like this snowflake. We may change throughout our lives and adapt to new circumstances, but our essence always remains the same. We are not less valuable or less real just because we have changed." And so, in the silence of the mountains and in the warmth of his hut, the monk found a deep and simple wisdom in the encounter of a snowflake with fire. A story that he would often share with others in the years to come, to convey the beauty and necessity of transformation. What can be learned from this story? This story teaches us some deep lessons for life. First, it reminds us that change is a natural and necessary part of life. Just as the snowflake changes shape when it meets the fire, we too must adapt to new situations. Not only is it okay to change and grow, but it is an essential part of our existence and purpose. The story also teaches us that our identity is not fixed. Even though we change and transform, we remain the same at our core. Our experiences and changes only add new facets to us and makes us more complex and richer individuals. The story shows us that transformation often involves letting go. The snowflake has had to let go of its original form in order to become part of the fire. In the same way, we too sometimes have to let go of old habits, ways of thinking, relationships, and people in order to evolve. This story also teaches us to see beauty and value at every stage of our lives. Both the snowflake and the water vapor are beautiful and valuable, although they are very different. In the same way, all stages of our lives, whether we are young or old, whether we are going through a difficult time or whether we are happy and fulfilled, have their own value and beauty.